What's up to everybody? Just waiting for some people to come on so we can start talking. Tonight's gonna be a fun one. We have a few things to talk about, some more updates. How's everybody's weekend and all that? What up? What up? Gotta give it a few more minutes for notifications to go out and all that stuff. You already know the drill, how we do it. Yeah. So we have a nice little update that we're gonna go over, and things are starting to heat up and things are starting to crank up. Oh, this is gonna be nice. This is going to be good. All right, so I'll give it like another minute while we wait for more people to start coming on, and we could start this live stream. I don't know if you guys can see the quality. I'm working on getting it a little bit better, so just bear with me as we slowly get into this. Hey, what's going on? What's up? What's up? Just waiting for more people to come in. We do have some nice updates. So things have been dropping back to back, and this is going to be interesting. Like I said, as we wait for these notifications to go out and stuff like that. So, we'll get into it in a few. So I appreciate everybody that's watching. You already know the drill. So we'll get started very soon. I can't wait to go over these things. This is gonna be interesting. Very, very interesting how things are heading and looking for DC. So, overall when it comes to WB and all that stuff too. So, some chunky news that has been coming out. Remember, just take all of this as what they say as rumors, but we've been seeing that these rumors are slowly coming together. So, it's just a matter of time. So, it happens. We'll get started in a few. So let me just give it one more minute. Y'all give me 1 second while we wait. We're at that time frame, so while we wait for everybody. So we'll get into it real quick. All right, so let's get into this bad boy. All right, hope everybody's been having a good weekend. Let's get into it for what we came on. All right, so check this out. First things first, if you've been watching Netflix and you've been watching One Piece, season 2 begins production soon, and it's going to take place in South Africa. I can't wait. This is a nice series that they've been putting, and it's very well done, and it's true to what the manga is. So I've been enjoying the first season, very good. How they crammed everything into that, the whole series, and season 2, I can't wait. I'm excited for that. And when it comes to this market, manga and anime are crushing comics. But it happens. So, that's the business, and it is what it is when it comes to that. So I know that I'm trying to get the picture so you guys can see it a little bit better. So just bear with me. Hopefully, okay, there we go. So yeah, that's with that. All right. So let's start moving into the comics and all that stuff. So this is another update that has come out. I don't know if you've seen it, but check this out. All right, so apparently, very interesting. All right, let me just try to get this frame for y'all. Okay, so we have on Rotten Tomatoes. All right, this is how shitty John Cena and his acting career has gone downhill, that he is getting a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes. Wow, to score that, I mean, that movie must have sucked real bad, and it sucks because, nothing against John Cena, it's just, I mean, he's not The Rock, and sometimes I feel that John Cena overperforms and he does a little bit too much to try to get into character. And, it's like you can see that, it's just he's trying too hard to get whatever, the character is that he's playing for whatever movie and stuff like that. That's what he did with Peacemaker. I mean, he plays the character well. I'm not familiar with how he is in the comics and stuff, but for John Cena, every time I see him, that's all I see now. That's all I see, Peacemaker. And when I see him over at wrestling, that's all I see. Just nothing but Peacemaker. You get what I'm saying? Same thing with The Rock. All I see is nothing but Black Adam. That's what happens, and that's the power of these actors, actresses, when they get a specific role and we get kind of used to seeing them, that's pretty much what we see. And but here's this situation with him, and it sucks for him, because I don't see his career going too far besides Peacemaker. I mean, and I don't think it's gonna pass season two once they do a Peacemaker and stuff like that. But this is what happens. Will be cool. Dragon Ball Z live action TV series. Yeah, that would be nice on Netflix. I think because of the movies, how bad they flopped back in the I think early 2000s, they haven't touched it anymore. So they're haunted by that, but it's understandable. Favorite Andrew Garfield Spider-Man suit. The first one. Between the first one and the second one, the first one is always gonna be my favorite. The only thing I liked about that costume, I mean, I didn't like was the yellow eyes. If the yellow eyes would have been the normal white eyes, that suit is 100% perfect. Like, it's very nice when it comes to the Spider-Man costume. All right, so look, now we're getting into a little bit more chunkier news. All right, check this out. All right, so for everybody that's trying to avoid spoilers for Deadpool, just be careful and stay off the internet because a lot of spoilers are already making their way online. And I'm one that I go and look for them just because I want to know and prepare myself for what is to come, And that, to be honest with you, it helps out a lot because sometimes we have high expectations. We go to watch a movie and then we come out. We're like, whoa, that was a piece of crap, or it could be otherwise. But yeah, the heavy spoilers are out there right now with Wolverine. So for everybody that don't want spoilers, just be careful. Stay off the internet or surf the web carefully. Just because if you don't want to come across spoilers, you get what I'm saying? So for all you crybabies and all that stuff, that's what it is. Just stay off the internet if anything. All right. So moving on. This is interesting right here. All right. Apparently, Deadpool in the new movie is going to drop a reference for Marvel versus Capcom 4. This is interesting. I want to see what they're going to do with that. And of course, it's just going to be like probably some type of comedy or something they're going to throw in there. But I want to see it because, I mean, I get it. A lot of people didn't like Marvel versus Capcom 4. It was good. I have it. But I mean, it could have been a lot better with the roster and the characters and stuff like that. So, it is what it is with what we have, and hopefully, we can get Marvel versus Capcom 5 soon because it's been a while since the last game, and I know these games take a while, and especially how Disney is right now, and with the IPs and all that stuff. So, let's see what they're trying to prepare. Let's see what they're gonna give us. So, hopefully, that's a fun, nice little reference that they're gonna do in the upcoming film. All right, so let's move on. This right here is funny. I just grabbed it. Probably you've seen it. I think it's an old meme, but yes, it's in Spanish, but it's just pretty much James Gunn telling Kevin Feige, he's like, "I'll go work as a director at DC," and then Kevin Feige's like, "What?" And he's like, "It's okay, believe me." And then he's like, "Hell, Marvel." See what I'm saying? The Trojan horse. So I think that's hilarious, seeing that, and this is pretty much proving where and what timeline we are currently in. And I say that because this is the timeline that we're in. We have all these people from Marvel coming over and doing silently the Marvel takeover inside of WB/DC. And of course, you have the ringleader, James Gunn, that's been completely screwing everything up. And, he threw a wrench in there and just everything continues to be all over, and it's just a disaster over at WB with James Gunn. All right, so let's move on. And for everybody that's interested or that's been watching Harley Quinn season 5, I guess they're gonna have the new season before the end of the year. I haven't seen it. I'm not interested. I don't care about it. But to everybody that's watching it and they're enjoying it, enjoy it because you have a new season that's coming out. So, good for that. And, props to the ones that are enjoying and having fun with that. So, something that I'm not watching, like I said, is just, it doesn't grab my attention. But one thing I do want to mention while we're on this character, real quick, we have to give credit where credit is due. If it wasn't for David Ayer, we would not have this version right here of Harley Quinn, because this is the Harley Quinn with the pink and blue hairstyle that we got in David Ayer's version of Harley Quinn with Suicide Squad. So let's give props to that because, thanks to David Ayer, we have that. So, just we got to give credit where it's due. All right, so now check this out. Apparently, Lady Gaga's performance as Harley Quinn in the new Joker film, Joker 2. Um, they're saying, this is confirmed by Deadline. It's an official, legit website. I will tell you, she's really surprising and really good. I saw it and I was really surprised. This is why I've been saying Joker 2 is only going to do good, probably just because Lady Gaga, because she's a music performer and she's good at what she does on camera. If you see her music videos, even though they could be strange, they could be weird, I give her credit. She always puts a hell of a show, and she's real good when it comes to performing on whatever she's, like portraying. Whether she's doing her music video, a movie, or whatever it is. She's really good on camera, and that is, I think, the only reason why this movie is going to do good. And it's just gonna probably just do good because of her. I don't see Joker that it's gonna be the same like we got in the first film. This one's probably gonna be much more like soft core, if you want to say, in the sense where, I just don't feel that it's going to be as the first one. Because remember, even Todd Phillips said that they were not going to do the second one. They only wanted to do a one, and of course, money talks, and that's why we have them doing the second film now. So let's see what happens. I think it's releasing in October, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm excited. I just want to see it. I'm not really looking forward to it like that, but I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with it. And how it's going to end, and what's going to happen. Because especially this whole thing with the Batman, what's going on. We're about to get into some more news about that. So, wow, you're gonna see. So, yeah, don't be surprised. This movie's gonna do good. Probably not that much at the box office, but it's probably just gonna do good because, of course, Lady Gaga and her performances and stuff like that. You met Hugh Jackman's father back in 2014, even getting a picture with him. Nice, nice. That was awesome. Congrats, man. I mean, that must have been nice. A good experience. All right, so look, check this out. All right, so with all of these pictures coming out, somebody pointed this out, all right? And it's interesting because when you see the logo that they have in these characters, right? It's looking like James Gunn is trying to set up Justice League International. So again, we get rid of quality with Zack Snyder, but then we want to move forward with this right here, right? If this doesn't scream Guardians of the Galaxy on every level, I don't know what else to tell you, honestly. This is straight up just strange characters that nobody knows. I mean, I don't know about them, and it's like, yo, like this is what you're moving with? Really? Like, come on, and again, like I said, James Gunn is just trying to leave his mark and his quote unquote legacy, to try to outshine Zack Snyder and try to outshine the Snyderverse if this does happen. And I have a feeling this is going to happen. This is where it's leading and heading to. So, what we're seeing in this whole goofy cartoon universe with strange characters, I mean, a bunch of weird stuff. I'm not familiar with the comics. I'm not interested in it. I see the cover and it looks ridiculous. I would not buy and I would not read this comic just because I can't take this face serious. Can you? I can't. I can't take this smug serious. Look at that. Come on. I mean, what? Booster Gold, that's it. I mean, who's the rest of these characters? I have no clue. Okay, Hawk, I guess one of those characters. I don't know. I see Hawk Girl right here. So I'm sure this is what James Gunn is probably working on to try to lead to, but I don't see it happening, honestly. Unless he crams everything into the Superman movie, which he's probably going to do because he's desperate, because I'm sure he's seeing all the internet and watching all the memes and stuff like that. So he must be like, you know what? I have to try to cram everything and everyone into this one movie. And this movie's just getting out of hand with all the cast that it has. It's just getting too overwhelming. It's just to a point where it's like, okay, you need to seriously stop because it's just way too much going on in one movie. This is supposed to be a Superman movie, but what are we getting? Other characters, and they're focusing on other characters. You might as well just call it already. If you're gonna do Justice League International, just say you're gonna go with that. So hey, what's going on, Ace? Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody's watching. Gun cultists are doing some hardcore mental gymnastics to justify this costume. Yep, they are, and I'm not surprised. I am not surprised one bit, honestly. Like they're completely having a meltdown and they can't accept the fact that this is going to flop and it's bad. It's starting off bad and it's going to end up even worse. But, this is what happens. They wanted this. WB wanted this. This is the future, right? The future is looking very bright. No, it's not. No, it's not, But it is. It happens. This is going to feel like Space Jam, loony. Exactly. This is completely ridiculous. This is where it's heading, and that picture that I posted the other day that I shared it with y'all on the last stream with Superman talking to a squirrel, that it's probably gonna be that character chipped. Um, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Can we come in live? I would say yeah, but I don't know how to work it. I know because I sent the invite the other day to Strong Arm, but the thing is, I had to send the invite to anybody before I start the stream. I guess once I'm already live, it won't let me do that option anymore. So I guess now, and I'm doing it mobile. So if not, I would have been like, hell yeah, let's go. So I still have to work it, and still trying to figure it out how I can go live on PC and stuff like that. This is easier for me. So, but for sure, hit me up, and then we'll set something up so we could do something with the next one, if anything. Green Lantern is so stupid casting. Yeah, that Green Lantern is just ridiculous. And this is what I see that they're trying to build. James Gunn is just trying to go with all these goofy, weird looking characters, and that's what fits him. That's what James Gunn is good at. With all these weird characters. Now, is this going to be good? No. Is this what the mainstream audience wants to see? No. Is this what the fans want to see? No. You have a minority, a handful of fans that are probably like, yeah, I want to see this. I can't wait to see this. Oh, no, no. Majority of us do not want this. Seriously. James Gunn, he don't care about DC. Nope, he doesn't care about DC. He really doesn't. He's even said it. James Gunn doesn't care about superheroes. That's quoting him directly. He's like, he doesn't like them. He doesn't understand them, and that's why I think he's doing this in his mind. Who knows what he's picturing and stuff like that. So it's going to be weird. It's already starting off weird, and the internet is just making memes of everything. I mean, it's just ridiculous. That's the only word we can just say. It's ridiculous. And who knows what's gonna come from this. It's not gonna make it far. Just know it's not. Guy Gardner got done dirty. Oh yeah, for sure he got done dirty. I mean, completely. DX writing common writer. Gav is popping gummy. But yeah, this is gonna be nuts. This is completely going to be nuts. This guy James Gunn, clown. Yep, that's exactly what he is. All right, so check this out. This is the interesting part that I was talking about. Very juicy rumor that's going around. All right, so apparently somebody posted this and they're like, this is probably old, but it's interesting because it's old, but it's up to date. All right, the war has begun. All right. As an open secret, James Gunn and Matt Reeves hate each other and seek to destroy each other. The rumors have been running since last year, talking about 2023. James wanted to use Batman for his new DC, meaning his new universe, but Matt didn't allow it. You guys remember we heard about that recently, causing James fury, and in revenge, he ordered to delay the Batman 2 until 2026 and tried to destroy his other projects. Today, the revenge began. James has officially canceled the Arkham series that Matt was preparing, and there will be another important cancellation. That's what I'm telling you guys. I've been calling it for a while. James Gunn is focused on James Gunn, and all he wants to do is just focus on what James Gunn is going to do, and that's what he's doing. Hey, I appreciate that, Chubby Teddy Monster. Keep up the good work. Thank you, thank you. I'm doing everything that I can to keep y'all updated, and at the same time, we're here chatting and just hanging out and stuff. So appreciate y'all. Valentine, Bill Burr should have played Guy. I would have given Gunn respect for that. Yeah, that would have been, something different, but it's James Gunn. you know? Yeah, James Gunn is Pinocchio. That's exactly who he is. Every time he comes out, we prove and we show how he's a liar. And of course, you have his fans, quote unquote, that want to come out and try to defend him, but time after time, we find out and we see that he's just nothing but a liar. And that's exactly what it is. So, it is what it is. But like I've been calling it, and a lot of us are seeing it, we're all seeing that this is going to happen. James Gunn is going to force either Matt Reeves to quit and not do the Batman 2, or he's probably going to hand them notes and say, look, either you do this or we're not going to move forward with it. Regardless, the Batman 2 is going to get screwed. Regardless. They already canceled the Arkham series that was supposed to be going for HBO Max. And what happened? A lot of people were like, oh, I can't wait. We're going to be eating good. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, this is exciting times, blah, blah. And what happens? Boom, canceled. Not happening, not moving forward. And don't be surprised when we get the news with Matt Reeves, the Batman 2, it will not make it into production. A lot of you are telling me, oh, you wanted to get canceled. Why are you looking forward to that? It's not that. It's not that I'm looking forward to it. It's just that the fact and the reality and the truth is all there. James Gunn doesn't care about anything else but what James Gunn is going to do. He wants to have his own Superman. That's why he got rid of Henry Cavill. He wants to have his own Wonder Woman. That's why they're not moving forward with Gal Gadot. And he wants to have his own Batman. We don't know who it is, but I'm pretty sure 98% that James Gunn already has a person to play the role of Batman. And he's going to move forward with what he wants. And he's not going to let Matt Reeves continue to do his Batman. Because he's going to be like, well, I can't have another Batman movie going on while I have my Batman movie going on. He's going to be like, it's either the Gun Show version of Batman or Matt Reeves. And he's going to be like, well, I can't have that happen. That's why he did what he did with The Flush. And he took out Ben Affleck. He took off from Aquaman 2, Ben Affleck scenes, because he didn't want, like he said, oh, I didn't want to set up something that wasn't going to happen. You a liar again, Pinocchio. We already caught on to your lies. And, this is where we're at. So don't be surprised when they do cancel the Batman 2. It's going to happen. I know it's tough to accept it, but the same way that James Gunn has screwed over, the whole Snyderverse and stuff, he's gonna do the same thing to Matt Reeves because he just wants everybody to accept that there's only one Batman, one Superman, one Wonder Woman, and whatever he's gonna put out with his universe because we're now in the Gunverse. But that's all sinking fast into the Titanic, and it's not gonna get off the ground. It's not gonna make it far, and Peacemaker season 2 is gonna probably be the last one, and they're not gonna move forward with anything of that. I'd rather see Matt Reeves keep up his integrity, even if it does get canceled. I would never want to see it part of the DCU. Yep, I agree with you, and I think that's what's happening. That they're clashing over the studios, and there's a bunch of, well, you need to take these notes. No, I'm not gonna do what you want me to do. Hey, look, um, I was promised this, but and of course, Shady WB are probably going to turn on Matt Reeves, and they're gonna do the same to Matt Reeves like they did to Zach. They're gonna probably screw him over, and that's what's gonna be. They couldn't do that with Christopher Nolan. They tried to, but Nolan didn't allow that. But in this case, it's gonna happen again. It's WB. It's what happens. And yeah, exactly. Y'all remember Gunn's contract is up in 2026. Exactly. So he's gonna try to cram everything that he can while he's there. James Gunn is all about James Gunn. He's gonna be like, it's all about me, me, and me. I don't care about what anybody else wants. I'm gonna do what I want, and that's what he's doing. And that's gonna lead us to the next topic we're about to talk about. Because, like I said, some juicy, interesting updates have been coming out, and this is part of it. It sucks, but it's just the studio's fault because this is where we're at right now. For allowing that. Gunn made the mistake thinking the Snyderverse would allow itself to stay buried. Exactly. The thing is with James Gunn, he thinks he knows what he's doing, but he has no clue. I give it to him. He's trying. But James Gunn is not a leader. And let's not forget, recently, he had people on his own team talking and saying that they don't even believe in the vision of what James Gunn is doing in his leadership role. That tells you everything, you know? That says a lot. When you have your own team doubting you and saying, yo, I don't believe in them, that tells you a lot. That means get ready for the ride because it's going to be rough. And this is where we're at. It's rough. You know, it's like, look at how bad it is. It's like a roller coaster missing a wheel. You know, it's like all over the place. You're just like, blah, 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 blah. That's, you know, what's going on right now with DC. It's just, it's a mess completely, you know? Again, not every supporting James Gunn. Not getting my money. There you go. Exactly. You're right, Leroy. Not getting our money. Period. New Ultraman arc. Oh man, that whole Ultraman thing with James Gunn. That's gonna be crazy, man. Feige is the reason why Gunn's movies were successful at MCU. Yep, yep. Feige was the one, and you know, thanks to him, things were going good with the MCU. But now WB thinks and they believe in James Gunn, but it's not going to work. It hasn't been working. It didn't work, and it'll never work. You know, the Suicide Squad flopped. It did terrible at the box office. There's no excuses. It flopped, and what is it? Peacemaker was just garbage. You know, and that's why they're moving forward with all of these because, of course, James Gunn is under contract. He has the power to do whatever he wants when it comes to DC Studios with these movies and these shows. And notice how he's only sticking to whatever he has created, starting with the Suicide Squad, you know? And notice how, yes, we're getting the Penguin series, but we're not going to get a season two. You know, I'm telling you, guarantee we're not going to get it. And it's just not going to happen because James Gunn isn't going to allow that. Unfortunately, more so fortunate. Yep, that's true. That's right. James Gunn is not getting our money. Just hold our wallets. Yep. We have to keep our wallets closed to everybody because that's another thing too. We're about to talk. So let's move on to the next topic. Check this out. So big shout out to Sammy Snyder Queen on Instagram. All right. Which is your favorite Zack Snyder movie? And she puts all of the titles that he's done. All right. This right here, I want to talk about it real quick. It's very interesting. When I say overall, the Snyderverse, this is what I mean. This is a perfect example of what the Snyderverse is overall. Because who made Dawn of the Dead, 300, Watchmen, Legends, I don't know that one. I'm not familiar with that one. Legend of the Guardians, I guess. Sucker Punch, Man of Steel, of course, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Army of the Dead, all of this, Rebel Moon. I mean, it's amazing. This overall summarizes everything that I've been saying in a nutshell. This is all the Snyderverse. When Zack was at DC with the DCU, that was part of the Snyderverse, of course, under the WB DC brand. Sucker Punch under the WB Sucker Punch brand. Watchmen, all that stuff. 300, Dawn of the Dead, Army of the Dead, Rebel Moon. This right here is the Snyderverse. That's why when people are like, "Oh, the Snyderverse," but whatever excuse that they have, shut up. This right here is the Snyderverse. The Snyderverse lives. Okay, what? We're not getting right now Justice League 2. All right, that's cool. But what are we getting? We got Rebel Moon. We got Rebel Moon 2. We got Rebel Moon Director's Cut. Rebel Moon 2 Director's Cut. We have the Army of the Dead. We have more content coming out from Zack. So what does that show you and proves? That the Snyderverse lives. It doesn't matter where you try. Oh, but you guys are not getting this. Okay, not now. But we have this, and we have that, and we have this coming up, and we have that coming up next. You see? Overall, this is what I personally mean when I say the Snyderverse. Besides the DCU, because that's, of course, part of the Snyderverse. But just overall, this is what I mean when I'm speaking in general of the Snyderverse lives. Because there's no stopping it. You see all those IPs? Beautiful, beautiful. And we're here to support it. Now, another thing she posted also was, check this out. This is very, very interesting, all right? This is very juicy news, all right? The future has taken root in the present. Restore the Snyderverse. She tagged Universal Pictures, WB Pictures. Now, check this out. What are they saying? After winning a $125 million settlement lawsuit against former affiliate AT&T, WB is now in a position to sell, and they're approaching a target sale price of $7 a share, which would make them a prime candidate for a takeover by another company. Boom, let's go, baby. This is what I'm talking about. This is why we need to make their movies flop every time more and more. And Superman in 2025 is no exception. When we get Creature Commandos this year in December, all right, you need to cancel your subscription and you need to not watch anything of that. Even if you're curious, don't. You know why? Because when they see WB, the studios, and James Gunn, David Zaslav sees that the viewership is not reaching the numbers that they're expecting and it's going down and it continues to go down. Now their stocks are going down. It continues to go down. The investors are pissed. They're angry. They want their money back. They're not getting the full support. What happens next? The lowest we've seen it is $6.99. Remember, that was not long ago. That's probably within the past month and a half or so. So, what is this telling you? It's telling all of us and everyone, WB, you're in a tight situation. You only have two choices to make. All right? Let me help you out and let me show you if you don't listen to us, the fans. One, there's people already, companies that they want to buy you out. Universal's one of them, and Netflix is another. You have two. You have Paramount. You have also Sony. So you're gonna tell me that they're not hungry? Of course they are. They're gonna want a piece of that. All right. So you only have two options right here, WB. Either you listen to the fans and you restore the Snyderverse and watch all of your stocks and watch everything go up, and you'll be good because there's profit. And you have to fire James Gunn. You have to let go of James Gunn, period. It's not going to work. It's never going to work with him. You need to get him out because at the rate that you're going at right now, WB, $7 is horrible. And these companies, meaning Universal, Netflix, all these people with these big corporations are like hungry sharks waiting for this $7 to continue to drop because this is like real estate. The cheaper it gets, the more they're going to capitalize on these IPs that WB used to own when they're forced to sell. Either you're forced to sell because that's where we're leading you to, because we, the fans, are the ones with the wallets and we're keeping them closed. We're not going to keep you afloat anymore because you don't want to give us what we want. We want the Snyderverse. We're the majority. And you don't want to give it to us, then fine. We're just going to close our wallets. We're going to do a boycott. And plain and simple, we sent the message in 2023 with all the movies starting from the beginning and ending with Aquaman 2. Everything was flopping, 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 flopping. It kept on flopping. And you think it's going to stop? No. Because the same thing in 2025, when Superman releases, is going to do bad at the box office because nobody's interested in it. Like I said, a handful, that's not enough. They don't have people like that. It's not, that attention is not there like it used to. So this is what's going to happen. Either they're forced to sell, which I see that happening, and then another studio is going to come and buy WB overall because they don't have that kind of money. And so what? They made $1 billion with Barbie. They made $1 billion with Dune. And what? That doesn't mean anything because now the debt that they're in is more than what the positive of profit that they're bringing into the studio. So that $2 billion now subtract from their marketing, subtract from their the whatever they have to pay because they have to pay things. Of course, the studios, they have to maintain them, just repairs, etc. The things add up, and the same thing with staff. You have to pay the cast, the directors, their royalties, the list continues. And there's license fees. It's just expensive. $2 billion is nothing. To us, it's like, damn, that's a lot of money. Yeah, because we don't know how those things run. But when you take in consideration and you see everything that they have to pay as an expense, that's why they did what they did with Batgirl. Because they were like, you know what? Let's just do a tax write-off. Oh yeah, it's that easy, right? You just do a tax write-off and that's it. Bada bing, bada boom, you got it and you're good to go, right? No, it doesn't work like that. So that's why this is where WB is at. WB is literally about to hit flatline, financially, because they are so stubborn that they don't want to give the fans what we want. But The company knows what they need to do. And I think this is why they're bringing in Zach to do the prequel of 300 to save them. And that's the right move. Because if not, if WB loses all of their IPs, WB is done. That's it. It's done. You imagine WB being owned by Universal or Netflix or Sony or whatever company besides WB? That's going to be sad, and it's going to be a victory for the fans because the fans are like, we told you. All you had to do was restore the Snyderverse. Two, the investors, because they're gonna be like, yo, we tried telling you, we tried saying it. That's why we had to pull out. We couldn't keep on bagging up a company that was sinking. So that's gonna look bad on them. Very, very bad. And not only them, but it's gonna look bad and terrible on David Zasloff. Um all right. Let the nightmare begin. Yep. Yes, we will see the Snyderverse come back. The hype is so for cornball sweat. Superman is so artificial. Yep, we'll get it. It's gonna be in due time. This is why we have to keep on fighting. We can't stop. We can't give up. The goal is for us to get and continue the Snyderverse where it left off. It didn't finish. That's what James Gunn was trying to do with the Flush, by bringing in George Clooney and just turning the Flush into a whole comedy, and it's just completely a mess. But the positive about all of this is, like I've been saying for a while, I'm sure you've been noticing, is that if Zach does come back and he ends up restoring the Snyderverse, which I see that it's going to happen, the power is in the Flash. How? With the time reversal. The same way that he did to fix the mess from Justice League into what we got in the Snyder Cut. That right there is the same way that Zach can use the Flash to rewind time and fix all the timelines, to go back and just repair everything that was screwed up. And of course, we could get Man of Steel 2, we could get Henry Cavill back, Wonder Woman 3, we can get Ben Affleck back, finally get the Batman movie with him, a whole bunch of things. It would be interesting. Check this out, just speculation. Imagine that Zach does come back. The Snyderverse is going to get restored. We're finally getting the announcement, a proper announcement. Let's say through a DC fandom or a San Diego Comic Con. Do it big and announce that Zach is back. The Snyderverse is getting restored. We're getting Ben Affleck's The Batman movie. And not only that, we're getting Man of Steel 2, we're getting Man of Steel 3, and we're getting Wonder Woman 3. Now check this out. And then on top of that, we're going to get Justice League 2, Justice League 3. And then the beauty part about it, because of what's going on with Matt Reeves right now, imagine they announce that we're getting an Arkham Asylum series rated R by Zach, exclusive for HBO Max. That right there, boom, game changer. Boom. That right there is going to bring in subscriptions. It's going to bring in more viewerships. It's just going to increase everything when it comes to the brand of DC overall. And with that, again, with the Flash, you can just reset time and erase everything that James Gunn did. Everything. Erase Peacemaker, erase Blue Beetle, erase the Flush with what we got. Give us a proper Flash with Zach, and it gets us out of all this mess. It erases the Suicide Squad, it erases Creature Commandos, it erases everything that we're at right now. That would be insane, you know? Yeah, the whole thing with the 300 thing that it was announced. Yeah, of course, he's scared, He's worried, he's panicking, So it happens, it is what it is when it comes to that and stuff. So, I'm not surprised, I am not surprised when it comes to that. All right, so let me see, check out some other messages. Yeah, I saw the 2-pack from Batman versus Superman. I haven't seen it. Did it finally leak? I got to see the images, but yeah, for sure they're gonna be milking the Snyderverse with McFarlane toys and everything that has to do with that. Of course, we're getting another Superman, the 2-pack, Batman with the armor. What is it, the costume and stuff? Wonder Woman. So that's good. At least we're getting that, but we also have to be cautious because we know how WB is, and all that stuff. So I'm not surprised, and with all those stuff, and it is what it is. But yeah, that's where this is all at right now and stuff like that. So it is it's interesting, but at the same time, things are gonna change for the good. Things are not gonna go for the bad. But things they will be getting fixed and stuff like that. So just have faith, have hope, keep on fighting, don't give up, and but that's really what I wanted to talk about today. I appreciate everybody and stuff like that. So I'm gonna end the live stream tonight a little bit early, and but yeah, just keep on fighting, don't give up. Keep on showing your support, hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel, all that good stuff, and let's keep on fighting. We won't give up. We will continue to do the good fight and do what we need to do to put in this work, and everything else is falling into play, and it'll all happen, and it will come forth together. But yeah, so I appreciate everybody for watching. Y'all keep posted for the videos and all that good stuff, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. All right, y'all stay safe, have a good week, all that good stuff, and until next time, peace.